So I want to talk about all this voter data that Donald Trump has been demanding that states turn over to the Department of Justice. Now, he did this with an executive order, which is an unconstitutional executive order, and which should just simply be ignored. And I want to make a point real quick here. What to do about these executive orders, especially executive orders that direct the states to do things? How should the states handle them? Really, how should anyone handle an executive order if the executive order affects you? How should an institution, a state, a locality, a company, a university, how should they handle it? They should ignore it. Do not comply and then go to court and then hope a court tells you you don't have to comply anymore. You do the opposite. Trump doesn't have the authority to direct you to do anything by executive order unless it's been authorized for him to do that by a law passed by Congress. But he's not doing any of this pursuant to any laws. He's just trying to be a little dictator, right? So when he does that, you just ignore it. You don't obey and then hope a court comes to your rescue. You do the exact opposite. You say, screw you, I'm not doing that, unless and until a court tells you that you do have to do it. So let Trump go to court to try to force you to do it. That's the way these things should be happening. And that's the way a lot of these states are handling it, which is a good thing. But so many entities have not been doing it that way. They comply and then they ask a court to bail them out. Wrong way to go about this. Anyway, so my point is, let's get back to these executive orders which order the states to turn over election data, voter rolls, and so forth to the Department of Justice. Most states are saying, screw you, and courts have struck this stuff down, but a few states have complied. And surprise, surprise, they're MAGA states. Okay, so Trump issues an illegal executive orders. The blue states do the right thing and say, go pound sand. We're not doing that. You have no authority to demand this stuff. Some of these MAGA states say, okay, dear leader, we'll turn it over. Now, I want to direct my comments to people who live in those states, to you MAGAs who support this because your orange God King, wants these records. So you support your MAGA governors and so forth, secretaries of state, whatever, turning this information over. I would like to remind you that Donald Trump is not always going to be president. And one day, and hopefully very soon, and I think pretty soon, there is going to be a Democrat president who will control the Department of Justice. And guess what? They're going to have access to all the information that you guys willingly turned over. Just saying. Do with that what you will. I mean, I know you think that it's the Democrats who are authoritarians and have all these evil designs. Well, if you really believe that, then maybe you should have thought about that when you willingly handed over all your voter information to the federal government. Because pretty soon, those evil Democrats are going to have access to all that stuff. Wasn't a smart thing to do now, was it? But then again, nobody ever accused you MAGAs of being smart.